Consistency wins, and it's the thing we talk about and do in the gym a lot. These past 2 weeks after SECs, it was emotionally and physically really taxing, and then we had some sickness that piled on top of it, and some other things. The kids are getting over issues. So I was just very grateful that we were able to get Sarah Edwards ready on floor and to get Reagan Campbell ready on floor. It gave us an opportunity to not push Lexi, who's got a little bicep tendon issue going again, so hopefully we'll have her back soon. But having those two kids in the lineup, Desiderio's got a tender ankle, and so it really gave us the flexibility that we need, and they stepped up and probably did as good a routine as we've seen them do thus far in practice. So to me, they were the heroes of the meet. It was. I don't think they can answer that. I don't think they took it as a distraction. I think they took it as a rallying cry. We knew we had to hit 5 routines on floor. I mentioned it to Ruby. I mentioned it to McKenna because I knew they could handle that conversation, but I didn't say that to Sarah, and I didn't say it to Reagan. We wanted to hit 5 routines, just hit, didn't matter what the score, so that we could not put Sarah Finnegan in that situation, and I think she'll feel better for that tomorrow.
Overall feeling with the team right now, you guys go through, building on the momentum from the SECs, and I guess you guys go out and had a solid scoring. Is the goal in these meets to really knock it out of the park, or is it just to survive your games?
Right now, after coming off of SECs and then a bye week, it was really difficult for us to kind of come down and come back up again.
Yeah.
So today, honestly, we were kind of feeling like we were getting the dust off, and mentally we just had to get through it. We knew that we were capable of advancing to tomorrow if we put out good routines and good stable routines to today. So today was definitely a case of, okay, my head down, head strong, let's go, and just get it done for today.
Do you feel like some of those, cobwebs have kind of come on now, but you guys have had this lead out of the way?
Of course, yeah. It's always good to get the first one under your belt. And at this point in the season, it's mindless. Our bodies know what we're doing, and it's autopilot. So tomorrow's just another day.
And I think this format's a little less taxing, don't y'all? Not to have the bye where you got to sit out and then get your engine going again.
For sure.
It's a shorter meet. I really think the momentum stayed with us because of that.
For sure.
Kennedy's floor routine, a lot of people are not very pleased with their sport.
I can't talk about the judges. It was a great performance. It's what we needed. She didn't have the kind of solid landings that we've seen her have thus far. So that's a little bit. We can get a little bit better. Call it polishing the rock. And I think we can get better from there. And but there was such a range of the scores, and but I can't talk about the inconsistencies that we had out there tonight. So.
How some of the other meets where you guys have had, this is a lot of stuff going on at the same time. Staying in that zone. How are you guys able to do that? How much does having other meets similar to this?
I think the SEC really. What do you think, Reagan? You little chatterbox.
I think personally for our team, we always say stay in the purple zone, so we're always looking at each other and not hitting each other, and just.
They can't hear you if you don't talk.
It was also a lot easier that we were at home. Everything's familiar, the crowd's familiar,
Yeah.
the kit's familiar.
The crowd kicked in after the first
Crowd
event.
was
The crowd
electric.
Really kicked in.
The crowd
That made
was
a huge difference.
electric. Yeah.
They were slow arriving. I thought they were.
Yeah.
I thought they were at baseball, and then all of a sudden they showed up.
McKenna, you were in an unenviable position after the House came down in disapproval of the score that Kennedy received, and then you had to step up, knowing right there that the lead of the meet was kind of on the line. What's going through your head when you hear the crowd doing one thing, judges are flipping scores in the other direction? What are you telling yourself as you have to step up on the floor?
Sure. Honestly, my personal tactic is just tell myself my keywords, tell myself my favorite scriptures that keep me grounded, keep me focused. But we always tell ourselves just get up and do your job. So we try to not focus on those distractions, because, at SECs, Sarah brought up a 10, and then I had to go after. So, you never know what's going to happen before you. You just got to expect to get up and hit.
Ruby, unfortunately, with the injury to Serio from Auburn, did that make it hard for it was a big break? It was hard for them,
Yes, but I mean, like Braden said earlier, we talk a lot about staying in our zone. We took a moment for their team. We thought about them, and then it was time to get back and get into our zone, what we had to produce for being on floor. Thankfully, Auburn did great. Thankfully, they qualified for tomorrow, so they can do whatever they need to do. Unfortunately, the girl was injured. But yeah, we talk a lot about staying in our zone, so it was just another practice where we could do that.
You know, and the thing about it, and I don't know if the kids realize this, but it was a win-win. You know, we win the meet, so we start on beam. If we don't win the meet and finish second, we start the Olympic rotation. So at that point, after, you know, Kennedy did what she did, and we knew we were going to be able to get max score and not have to have Sarah go. So it really didn't matter if we won or if we finished second, because there would have been a pot of gold at the end of that rainbow as well. We start on beam tomorrow. And we're a great beam team, so we're excited about that, aren't we, Reagan? Yeah. Huh?
Why is that?
Get it done.
No. I mean, it's like, it sounds like in the baseball regional, when they make the host team beats. And
They do a random draw, which is the most bizarre thing in the world. Let's go to the pinnacle of NC2A competition in gymnastics and do a random draw. You shook your head. Doesn't make any sense to you either, does it? I don't know why. It maybe a sense of fairness. I'm not real sure why we do that.
But you've earned the right to host.
We.
You host the regional and the highest, the national seed. Typical.
Yeah.
Yeah, you said you hope to have Lexi back soon. That doesn't sound like you hope.
Probably not tomorrow, but, you know, she mends fast, and, you know, hopefully we'll have her by the championships. But, you know, our people that we plugged in the lineup did a great job for us. Bridget did a super job and was ready to go on floor, created a lot of depth for us, and we plugged Juliana in that vaulting spot, and she's been vaulting much better than we saw tonight, so I think she'll vault big tomorrow.
I guess with the new format, there's more, I guess, you want to say like good teams in the regional, so you know, how do you?
You know what, it basically the same number of teams, but what it does, it showcases, it gets you down, gets rid of the buys, and it showcases what's going to happen tomorrow, which is a super regional, which is, you know, you've got 4 great teams out on the floor at the same time. So they will feel more pressure tomorrow, I think, to perform at a higher level.
Gymnasts were great sports tonight. I saw you all were cheering her on, gave her the crown. So how is that a testament to you as a team and your sportsmanship?
I'm constantly being made proud of what this team can accomplish. And they say every day before we practice what do we say? The pride and the tradition of the LSU Tigers will not be entrusted to the weak or the timid. And they have really lived up to a lot of Tiger traditions that they've created themselves. And to honor that gymnast, because she stuck her landing, I thought was a real sportsmanlike thing.
She was shocked.
Taking
Yeah.
pictures.
Taking
They were
them,
taking
yeah.
pictures in front of the big LSU banner.
It was real sweet.
Oh, yeah. Everybody knows
I
what
think
it is.
so, yeah.
Yeah.
Spend 4 teams don't do that. But, I mean, not the sportsmanship thing, but it's different.
They've tried, some other teams have tried, and it just doesn't do the same, you know? It's like,
Just bling like that.
no, we do bling. And these kids have embraced it, and it means something to them when they stick or do a great floor routine and get the crown. It really means something.
D-D, a comment about the crowd, well over 5,000 tickets sold for the all session.
Mhm.
Obviously, I know you're expecting a very large crowd tomorrow.
It was a rowdy crowd.
It was.
It was a
It
great
really
crowd.
was.
I'm going to go scrounge around in Tiger Stadium and find some pom-poms because we need shakers tomorrow night.
McKenna, your vault, right off the bat, what are you thinking? You had a couple of great vaults in front of you. What are you trying to do at that point in the lineup?
Again, just get up and do my job. I feel like that's not something we can overthink. And it helps when your team sets you up. When your team does their job, it makes your job a lot easier. It makes it more fun. We always say it's always fun when you're winning. So I think we like to keep that in mind without being result oriented.
seeing all this momentum going on in front of you. Of course, we had the injury break in there, and you had to keep your head in the game and know that you were going to be counted on, right?
I mean, I just went out there and trusted my training. My teammates, like I said before, but
Yeah, she didn't get to do floor at SECs because we had a little bit of a inflammation in her Achilles, and she really worked hard to bring it back and get herself back in that second event. And when she's in floor, I think we have a better floor lineup.
Just going fifth instead of sixth, not going four. We know it, obviously, what the plan was, if you don't have to send Sarah out there anymore. So what you're trying to do and just kind of nail it down and say, okay, that's it.
Yeah, exactly. Especially knowing our team is feeling a little tired tonight, and especially knowing how clutch Sarah is, and being able for our team to do that for her and prepare us for tomorrow by letting her rest, I think it was key for us. I think that was really going to help us for tomorrow. So I'm glad I could do that.
Just when did you decide Sarah was going to compete today? And
We
what was that process like?
we didn't decide that. We realized. Got the go-ahead yesterday afternoon, and then she got a little bit better today. She wasn't 100%, but she sure did respond to a lot of positive treatment and good medication and a lot of rest and some love from her mom. I'm not sure what kind of medication her mom laid on her when she got here, but she did not need to do floor, and we made that call early, and that's why we flipped the lineup. And we knew if we could get some good hits in front of her and weren't jeopardizing first or second, that we were not going to put her out there on floor.
If you didn't think Sarah Finnegan was the Michael Jordan of gymnastics, she officially is now because flu game.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
You've been around the sport for
A long time.
have you ever seen something like what happened to Auburn's gymnast there?
No, I didn't see it. Jay had saw it, and Bob saw it, and a couple of the judges that were at bars, because we had finished, so they were watching, and they saw it. It was really upsetting, and I saw the look on Dr. Carson, who was our doctor. I saw the look on his face, and he ran across the floor with lightning speed. So there was a real sense of urgency on the floor.
Ruby, likewise to Reagan, that had such a fantastic second half of the meet. Your first half of the meet was pretty darn good tonight. Your preparation going into today, how was it similar or different than what you did at the SECs?
It was all our preparations have been very similar, especially the back end of the season when we started to pick it up. Practice has been very similar. It's been very get your job done. You have maybe max 2 routines. If it's good, you can move on.
We did very little pounding.
We've done very little pounding. We've done minimum, especially in the back of the season. Everyone's hurting, so everyone's very conscious of, okay, I need to do my good one and then I walk away. And like I said earlier, it's autopilot right now. Everyone knows what they're doing. It's just a case of getting that good one in, and you know in your head, okay, it's fine, we're good. But yeah, very similar to SECs.
If I could comment on her, because besides the physical aspect, I mean, this kid has stepped up in a tremendous amount of ways as an upperclassman. Her confidence, the way she goes about her business, not only in the gym, but out of the gym, she's a leader in the classroom. She's a leader as a teammate, but a friend too. And she has her confidence in the gym and her efficiency in the gym has been the result of being able to be autopilot. Because you have to be autopilot by doing your job. Otherwise, it doesn't show up as consistent. So that's just a testament to her hard work and how she's continued to prepare.